Hi everybody, welcome to week 4. It's a really beautiful day outside, so I thought I would celebrate with this beautiful foliage. Okay, hi. Welcome to week 4, and I'm very sorry that we had so many glitches with giving the video feedback. That was really annoying for everybody. Sorry about that. Usually the app works really well. Now, of course, I'm afraid of it, but I think if I use it again, which we probably will, I'll just have you upload the videos and then we'll do the feedback on the discussion board directly. But anyway, so it was fun for me to get to see everybody, and especially those of you who I don't know, I've never met, and maybe never will. So I really enjoy, getting that opportunity to see you all in action. So to give you a recap, pretty much everybody said that you, when given a choice, you do prefer to read in print. Most of you said that even though you prefer to read in print, you feel that you're pretty good reading online. A couple of you said that you are not very good reading online, and I totally, I totally understand, and I think that the trick is, as we move forward and we as a collective, society move forward with more and more online reading, I think it's to know yourself, to know, oh, I'm easily distracted, so I should print this out and read it, or I'm not so great reading online, so I need to really make sure I slow down and I'm really careful. So I think that we are pretty good at compensating, especially because we know we're not as good necessarily at reading online. I think I myself prefer sometimes to read online. Uh, I also I have a Kindle, and I feel like that recreates like a bookish kind of experience. Like I'm holding it, I can open it. I don't know. I do read a lot. I read maybe at least 1 to 2 books a week. I like mysteries and thrillers and foreign thrillers and historical fiction, and I kind of move through those things fast. So reading on my Kindle, I'm just so used to it, and it also is a way that I can always make sure I have a book on hand. So I'm pretty adapted to that. However, for certain things like reading the newspaper, I actually prefer to do that in print, although I don't do that a lot. I do prefer it in print, and of course magazines. I just love a good magazine. I hate to read magazines online. But for learning in school, you pretty much all agree you really do prefer a textbook. And then it made me feel bad that I don't have a textbook for you guys for this class, but there really isn't one. Um, so, I definitely understand that. A few of you said that you thought it was really worrisome that school systems, public schools, are starting to just move completely online with all of their materials. And I agree with you. I do not think that is necessarily a good idea. First of all, it does remove personal choice and saying, hey, I prefer to do this, or I like to do it this way. And I don't think that's a good approach with children to be like, do it this way, especially when they know that there is an alternative. But I do think what will happen is if those school system, if their test scores go down, they are going to realize it could be because all the kids are suddenly accessing all their materials online. So we'll see what happens. So, and I think what we'll see with the research, there's really not a whole lot of clarity, right? And some of you pointed out that it's really difficult because there's just so many different kind of scenarios and situations in which we read. However, we should remember, though, that a lot of the research does agree that for general comprehension, print and online are pretty equal for general comprehension, not necessarily kind of specific recall, like if I had you read something online and then gave you a multiple choice test. So I think what we'll see is we'll see the research will continue to point us to the need to develop and to actually practice strategies for online reading, and I think that will start happening more in school systems if it's not happening already, where kids are taught, hey, you know what, when you're reading online and you're reading to learn, you need to do this, like you need to take notes, or you need to use the electronic highlighter, or you need to print it out, or whatever that may be. So I think that it's an interesting kind of situation because we're also different. We different preferences, and we just are You know, some of us get eye strain, some of us don't. So, you know, it's just very variable. So I think we'll just see, it'll be interesting to see what happens as we move forward. Clearly, print will be here for a while since we all like it so much. Anyway, so thanks for sharing, and that's it.